I am known as Jeff or Cash to the founders of the hip-hop culture. I am saddened about the stories I've been hearing, reading, or seeing about the lying on how hip-hop began. People are given undue credit for creating a culture they never created. People tell stories rappers, graffiti artists or breakdancers, clothes designer or drug dealers and DJs, and think by telling you about these individual persons that they are actually telling you about the creation of the hip-hop culture. The truth is that the founding fathers and mothers knew that these weren't individual categories that made the culture. The founders knew that hip-hop wasn't a category, but an individual's lifestyle and character. It's time the world gave those real founders of the culture their due by being able to name names. Here are a few of the known, feared, and respected. The founding fathers are Rob, aka Stick, Black C from the 9, Little Pookie, Zabar, Cash Jeff, Baby John from the 9. The list continues with each name accompanied by a visual representation. John Doe, Jane Smith, Alex Brown, Chris Lee, Pat Green, These pioneers laid the foundation for what would become a global phenomenon. I know that I am not able to name each and every one of the founding fathers and mothers, but to all the 11 years old and older in 1972 who had some association with the Black Spades and Peacemakers out in the Bronx, this is your due.
The year is 1974 in the park in the Bronx, NYC called Arthur Park on Tremont Ave. Big Lele, our local DJ, has bootlegged some electricity from one of the light poles. The B-boys are ready to dance against each other, as well as get their hustle on. All the street vendors are ready, and all the around-the-way girls are out and looking good. This crowd are the youth of the Bronx poor, and they are in control of their own destiny, making up their own rules as they go along.
Meetings so in questions or an ein hit so I can see or to the customer.
These are the babies of the 1960s, and they are willing to live life at its fullest by any means necessary. Nobody in that era would have ever dreamt that their lifestyle, their free independent spirit, and their entrepreneur attitude would be the foundation that would revolutionize a whole new generation of movers and shakers throughout the world. So much so that collectively, the world would see their generation as a nation within itself. Later on, these new movers and shakers would be called the founders of the hip-hop generation, and the traditional ways of doing business with the poor and disadvantaged would never be the same again.
I never thought I'd be making a video about hip-hop's founding fathers, but here we are. So yeah, buckle up because we're about to dive into some serious Bronx history. Like, seriously, I stumbled upon this crazy list of names and I was like, whoa, I gotta share this with you guys. It's like uncovering a secret treasure map of hip-hop, you know? Okay, so let's start with Doc. I mean, this guy was like the original hip-hop doctor, prescribing sick beats to the Bronx. Then we've got Taboo. Now, I'm not talking about the board game, although that would be a weird plot twist. And oh man, Charlie Rock. With a name like that, you know he was bringing some serious heat to the streets. I bet he could make even a pet rock look cool. These three were like the holy trinity of early hip-hop, laying down the foundation for everything that came after. Next up, we've got Champ. And let me tell you, with a name like that, you better bring your A game. Then there's Melik. I don't know about you, but that name sounds like it belongs to some kind of hip-hop wizard. But wait, it gets better. We've got Phase 2. I mean, talk about mysterious. Was there a Phase 1? A Phase 3? The world may never know, but what we do know is that these guys were shaping the sound of hip-hop like clay, molding it into the genre we know and love today. All right, now we're getting into some serious territory. Big Doc, not to be confused with regular Doc from earlier. I like to think Big Doc was just Doc after he ate a super mushroom Mario style. Then we've got Sha Sha, which sounds like the noise you'd make while doing the electric slide. And then there's Peter Guns. Now, I don't know if he was related to Peter Pan or if he just really liked firearms, but either way, that's a name that sticks with you. These guys weren't just big names, they were like the Avengers of early hip-hop, assembling to save the world from boring music. Last but definitely not least, we've got Eggy. I mean, come on Eggy, that's Eggcellent. I wonder if he was always cracking jokes. But seriously, Eggy and all the other names on this list were the unsung heroes of hip-hop. They might not all be household names now, but without them, hip-hop wouldn't be what it is today. And get this, there are even more names on the list. We've got guys like Ace, Max, Shorty Black, and even Big Kool-Aid. I'm not making this up, I swear. It's like they were naming themselves after a really cool breakfast spread or something. These guys were the building blocks, the DNA of hip-hop, each one adding their own flavor to the mix. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of hip-hop's founding fathers. These guys were the real deal, the original gangsters of rhythm and rhyme. Next time you're bobbing your head to your favorite track, remember Doc, Taboo, Charlie Rock, and all the others who paved the way. They might not all be famous, but they're all part of hip-hop's DNA. And who knows, maybe someday I'll make a video about Jaden Animations, the lost hip-hop founding mother. Spoiler alert, I'm not. Peace out.
I bet you thought you knew everything about hip-hop's origins, but boy, are you in for a surprise? We're about to drop some serious knowledge bombs about the real OGs of hip-hop. You ready for this? We're diving deep into the untold story of the founding mothers of hip-hop. And let me tell you, we're not ending this video until we've given props to every single one of these incredible women. So let's get this party started. First up, we've got the OG trailblazers who kicked down doors and paved the way for everyone else. Pam was dropping rhymes so hot they could melt steel. Big Peaches? She had a flow smoother than butter on a hot summer day. And Little Bit? Don't let the name fool you. Her impact was anything but little. These women weren't just spitting fire on the mic. They were building communities, organizing block parties, and nurturing the seeds of what would become a global phenomenon. They were the architects of cool, the queens of the scene, and the mothers of a movement that would change the world. Now, let's talk about the rhythm queens. Marie could scratch a record so smooth it'd make your grandma want to break dance. Nicole? Her lyrics were sharper than a samurai sword. Nay brought the party wherever she went, and Joyce? She was the glue that held it all together. Hold up! We can't forget how these women were multitasking like boss ladies before it was even a thing. They were raising families, holding down day jobs, and still finding time to revolutionize music. All right, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty with the beat maestros. Darlene could lay down a beat that would make your heart skip in time. Barbaran? She was scratching records before most people even knew what a turntable was. Kim and Robin were like the dynamic duo of rhythm. And Mimi? She could make a crowd move with just a snap of her fingers. But here's the kicker. These ladies weren't just making music. They were creating a whole new language. They were teachers, innovators, and straight-up rebels who refused to play by anyone's rules but their own. Champagne could spit rhymes faster than a speeding bullet. Vanessa had a voice that could melt hearts and start revolutions. Marlene? She was dropping knowledge bombs that are still exploding minds today. But wait, there's more! We've got Glenda, Candy, Sandra, Crystal, Veronica, Connie, Denise, and Tara. Each one of these ladies brought something unique to the table, stirring up a pot of cultural gumbo that we're still feasting on today. They weren't just part of the hip-hop story. They were the story, the whole dang book, and the movie adaptation all rolled into one. These women didn't just influence the genre, they built it from the ground up with their bare hands, their powerful voices, and their unbreakable spirits. So next time you're nodding your head to a sick beat, remember Pam, Big Peaches, Little Bit, Marie, Nicole, Nay, Joyce, Darlene, Barbaran, Kim, Robin, Mimi, Champagne, Vanessa, Marlene, Glenda, Candy, Sandra, Crystal, Veronica, Connie, Denise, and Tara. The founding mothers who made it all possible. Now go forth and spread the word.
Yo, check it. The name's Cash, straight out of the Bronx. And this ain't just a story, you feel me? This is how we became the superheroes of our own hood. See, back in the 70s, they called this place the Bronx is burning. But we saw fire and made it our fuel. Poverty? Yeah, we had that in spades. Abandoned buildings, broken windows, streets that looked like war zones. But we also had something they couldn't take away. Creativity, you know what I'm saying? Now let me take you back. August 11th, 1973. Cool Herc's party at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue. See that? That right there? That was the spark that lit the fuse of hip-hop. Word. The energy in that room? Electric. People moving like they never moved before. It was like the whole world changed in one night. The cops, they saw us as threats. The media, they didn't get us. Even our own people sometimes looked at us sideways. But here's the thing about dreams in the Bronx. They don't just stay dreams. They become revolutions. So yeah, we had to prove our worth. Show them what we were made of. And trust me, what came next? That changed everything. Stick around. 'Cause this is where it gets real interesting. We're about to introduce you to the crews that built this culture from the ground up. Yo, check it. These right here? The Zulu Kings. Africa Bambaataa took ex-black spades and turned them into kings of culture. Word. That's me back in the day. Learning to tag, trying to make my mark. We all started somewhere, you feel me?
Like this, little man. Feel the beat. Let it move you.
See that? That's what it was all about. Lifting each other up, creating something bigger than ourselves. Now peep this. PM Fun City crew coming straight out of the Peacemakers. They brought that positive energy, you know what I'm saying? The black guns, son. First b-boys to mix bikes, breakdancing, and yeah, some street hustle too. Multitaskers before it was cool. Inner Crime, representing Uptown. They had a style all their own, made the concrete speak. Brooklyn in the house, do or die, Bed-Study, and never ran, never will, Brownsville. Their moves tell the story of BK's influence, son. The Casanova crew holding it down on the west side. They were at Cool Herc's party in '73 and kept him under their wing. Real ones, you feel me? Out in Queens, we had the 40 Project crew, bringing that heat to the housing projects, spreading the culture. The Webster crew and the 9 crew, each adding their own flavor to the mix. This wasn't just about one hood, it was a movement. Then there's the second-born 5%ers, the nation of gods and earths. They brought that knowledge, that consciousness to the game. Now let me break it down for you. All this, the music, the dance, the art, it was our hustle, you feel me? Poor man's hustle to bring people with money and power to our world. Watch this. We weren't just crews anymore. We were creating a culture, a way of life, and yeah, a way to survive. You getting this? 'Cause this ain't just history. This is the blueprint of a revolution, son. But you know what they say, right? When you start a revolution, the powers that be don't just sit back and watch. They push back, and push back hard. Yo, you thought this was gonna be all beats and rhymes. Nah, son. When you start a revolution, the empire strikes back. The boys in blue, they weren't feeling our vibe. To them, we were just trouble with a capital T. And the media? Man, they twisted our story like a pretzel, made us out to be the bad guys in our own hood. Peep this. The Casanova crew had to keep Cool Herc under their wing. 'Cause when you're changing the game, some folks want to take you out of it, you feel me? We tried to keep the culture alive, keep the party going, but they weren't having it.
Yo, chill. We ain't doing nothing wrong.
You're under arrest, kid. This party's over.
They didn't just want to stop the music. They wanted to silence our voice, erase our very existence.
No, that's my art, man. That's our history.
Was it all worth it? The arrests, the beatings, the struggle. Were we really making a difference or just making noise? But then I realized something big. We weren't just crews anymore. We weren't just kids with spray cans and turntables. We were a movement. And movements? They don't stop for nobody, son. That's when I knew. They could arrest us, they could erase our tags, but they couldn't erase the culture. 'Cause it was already in our hearts, in our souls. And that's when things really started to get interesting. 'Cause when you realize your power, that's when you become unstoppable. Yo, check it. Remember when I said we were a movement? Well, movements don't just move, they transform. The 40 Project crew took our sound to Queens. The 5%ers dropped knowledge, made people think while they danced. From Biggie to Kendrick, they all came from this. Our poor man's hustle became a global empire. We didn't just make it, we remade the world in our image. From the Bronx to Billboard, block parties to the big screen. We started as crews, but we became one culture, one voice, one unstoppable force. So next time you hear a beat drop or see a fresh tag, remember, it all started here, with us. The crews of the culture. We are hip-hop. And hip-hop is forever. Peace.
Yo, I'm Cash, one of the OGs who laid the foundation for hip-hop. Let me take you back to where it all began. 179th and Mapes, the Bronx. This is where our culture's heartbeat started. 129 School Park, Big Lay's playground in 73. Time moves on and people forget. That's why we need this wall. To remember, to honor, to keep our legacy alive.
Another memory lost. How can we preserve what we can't remember?
Listen up, young blood. Our culture's roots run deep, but they're fading fast. We gotta act now.
I'm ready, but how?
The names, kid. Everyone who built this culture. We need them all on that wall.
There was this DJ, I can't remember.
A Big Lay?
Yes, that's the one.
Don't worry, that's why I'm here. To make sure we never forget.
And so began a race against time to save the very soul of hip-hop culture. Yo, our archivist is about to take a wild ride through time. Hold on tight.
Whoa, this is incredible.
Welcome to the past, future cat. I'm Cash, your guide to where it all began.
August 11th, 1973. Cool Herc's Back to School Jam. The birth of breakbeat DJing.
Cool Herc, Cindy Campbell, the founders.
Look at that crowd. They knew they were witnessing something revolutionary. From there, it exploded. Bambata, Flash, the MCs, the graffiti artists, the B-boys and B-girls. Each one adding their own flavor to the mix.
Each name matters. Each one built this culture.
Hip-hop wasn't just music. It was a revolution that changed the world. And here we are, 129 School Park. Summer of a 73. Big Lay doing his thing.
This is where it all comes together. It's not just about the names, it's about the community, the culture they created.
That's what we're preserving. That's what that wall is all about.
And that's why we can't let a single name be forgotten. Every beat, every rhyme, it all matters. This is our legacy. This is our history. And it's up to us to keep it alive.
The past is dead. Let it stay buried. Forget it all.
No way! These names, this culture, it's our foundation. No. Bambatar, Rax, Eggy, Eddie, stop fading.
What's going down, future cat?
I can't get back. The names, they're slipping away like sand. The names, what were they? Max, Ace, Big,
Don't throw in the towel now, young blood. Our culture's counting on you.
But the memories, they're fading like old vinyl. How can I save what I can't remember?
The names are more than just words on a wall. They're the rhythm of our story. Pep Old Man Lele, Black Shasha, Black Mel T, Little Lele.
Shorty Black, Dice, Renault King.
Yo, our archivist just had a light bulb moment brighter than the Bronx sky on New Year's Eve.
It's not about the tech, it's about the people. The stories, the memories, they're all around us. Everyone. Your memories, your stories, they're the key to preserving our culture.
I remember when Big Champ and Phase 1 first battled.
And Bam Bam and Poochie with their fresh rhymes.
Word up, the memories were flowing like beats from a broken speaker. You feel me?
Every story, every memory, it's a piece of the wall. Big Pep, Old Man Lele, Black Shasha.
Now that's what I call a living monument, young blood.
No, the past should stay buried. Forget Big Kool-Aid. Forget Lady Sunshine.
Our past is our strength. From Cash to Rachel, we remember.
Than any force trying to erase our history.
And just like that, our culture found its heartbeat again. One memory, one name at a time. Can you dig it? Yo, check it out. Our wall of names is standing tall and proud, just like our culture. From Cash to Rachel, every name tells a story. Every story builds our legacy.
Whoa, I can feel the beat.
I remember when she first spun at the park.
It's more than just names, it's our living history.
You did it, young blood. You kept our memories alive.
We all did it. Every name, every story, it's all of us together.
From the old school to the new, from Slick to Nikki, we're all part of this wall.
Look, there's Tanya and Dorsan and Robin.
That's right, little one. And one day, your name might be up there too. As long as we remember, as long as we keep sharing our stories, our culture will never fade. From Big Divine to Little Bright Light, from bow-legged Black to red hair Lele, we're keeping the beat alive. Can you dig it?
Spades, Peacemakers, PM Fun City, Zulu Nations, Black Guns, the first bike rider hip hop crew. Oh, que pasa mi manos, my boss Latino, Big Sabu, where are you, homie? We are the founding fathers. BX. We are the founding fathers. I tell you dudes about stunning. I tell you dudes about stunning. Let's go! Bitch, get out of the Nine Crew. What up, Big Rondu? Crime, Casanova's all over. Big Shot, rest in peace. Brownsville, never ran, never will. What up, Big Pink? Father Devon, Rashanair, the God body. Nah. My Fox Street Jamaican brethren, wow, Pastor Gunjun gets get paid. BX. We are the founding fathers. Let's go! BX, get out of it. Redhead Lele, our fan. Black born and Floyd, rest in peace. Gucci, Spliff, what up, G? Big Kool-Aid, Papa Stopper, Big Bright Light, Little Bright Light, Peter Gunn, Shotgun Rob, Butter Lab, Do or Die, Bedford Style. Keep your head up, Poison. We are the founding fathers. We are the founding fathers. BX, 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 BX. BX, 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 BX. Let's go! Haha! Big Shot, Little Shot, 40 Project. Western Projects, what up, Speedy? Haha! Big Lele and Slugger, rest in peace, big homies. Black Outlaw, Charlie Rock, Bambada, Cool Herc, Bow-Legged Devon, and Pistol Pete. Haha! We are the founding fathers. Think you start this rap game? Haha! BX, 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 BX! BX, 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 BX! Let's go! BX, get out! Haha! You ain't stopped this rap game, man. Remember back in the days we used to go to Rumble, talking about we are the mighty peacemakers. The mighty peacemakers. Ha ha! We are the original hype men. My name is Cash, I'm a pharaoh of the culture. Wow, damn! BX, 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 BX. We are the founding fathers.